Cooking Vamp 89, what I really want for Christmas, or all I want for Christmas. And we're cooking up ideas tonight. All right, that's what we're cooking, ideas. And we're going to try some new technology right now. I'm going to call in a wellness and health specialist and online coach. And from all of the stuff that I've been investigating lately on health and wellness, making changes in your life, one of the most important things you can have is a mentor. And mentoring is a big business, and for good reason, because people have more success when there's an accountability factor built into their program. So let's see if we can get technology to work. Hold on. Look at that! The technology
Hey,
worked. Hi! That is
hi.
fantastic. It looks good. I'm having major, you know how some days are major technology fail days,
Yeah,
right?
that
So
happened.
sometimes technology just fails completely. I've been, man, I've been rebooting computers, and the whole program has melted down a little
Ooh,
bit, but we have a great connection here.
sure.
All right, so I kind of brought the segment in, Cooking Vamp 89, all I want for Christmas, and I'll tell you what I want for Christmas. All right, what I want for Christmas is just health and happiness for everybody that I love. All right, and the tricky thing here is this is a gift that, although I want to give it to everybody, it's a gift I can't give to anybody, right? Because this is a gift that you can only give to yourself. And
Exactly.
from all the stuff that I've been learning through the past couple of years, especially in this discovery of health and fitness and wellness and happiness, one of the things that really helps people succeed is having a mentor or a wellness coach. And when I came across uh, your stuff on LinkedIn, I thought, you know what? Let's have her on and let's have her talk about what she does, because I think it's so important for people to find people like yourself to have that mentor and accountability aspect to make their program better. So tell us a little bit about what you do.
Great. It's such a great goal to have to basically just trying to guide people to their natural way of being able to have total control over their weight. And that when it starts with having total control over your weight, then that just kind of blossoms into the rest of your life, because it seems like it really has an impact on how you're feeling about almost everything. When you feel like you can have weekends, you can socialize, you can do, be active, go hiking, whatever it is that you want to do, and you're never encumbered by your weight, and it's not something that you're having to feel like you can't get a handle on it. It can really have a negative effect on the rest of your life. And there are such simple things you can do. It's not that complicated. And if what I do basically is I talk to everyone individually and find out what's going on, because it's as different as people. Every single person has a different challenge that they're dealing with, but it all kind of comes down to the same thing: is just getting some momentum going and feeling, not breaking the promise to yourself. So you just start to trust yourself that you're going to succeed, and it's not even an issue anymore. So you can get on with the rest of your life and not have to worry about, counting anything, or I mean, if that makes you feel better, if that's a good way for you to do it, then that works great. But it's just, yeah, knowing the simple substitutes that you can make, and just keeping creating a strategy for that part of your life, so you don't really have to focus on it anymore. You can just move on and have a healthy, active, happy life.
Right. So the majority of the people that come to you are for weight issues.
Well, it's that's part of it. Usually that's always seems to be a part of it when people are kind of feeling a little bit out of control, like they're struggling. They haven't been able to find a structure for their fitness, physical activity, calories. They just, feeling sluggish, not feeling their optimal as much as they would like to. And it can also, everything seems to get tied into it. It can be
Right.
finances, it can be, you know, dating, it can be pretty much anything. But it seems like when you get a great structure for what you eat, what you put in your body, and how much you sweat and exercise, when you got a great foundation for that, everything else gets a little bit easier.
So do you work it as an accountability relationship with yourself, or do you encourage people to have other accountability partners? How does that kind of work out?
Yeah, again, it's all on an individual basis. I can be pretty much anything that they need as far as accountability, but the best thing is to figure out how to make it work within your own environment, because there are resources all around you that I help everybody figure out what those resources can be on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. So yeah, I definitely prefer to, help everybody find those resources on their own. There's lots of meetup groups that are very active, that are scheduling hikes and cycling, and there's all kinds of people that you can, family members that maybe you can work with. If I can definitely do that to start, but when you can find that within your own network, creating a network like that for yourself, that's long term.
Right. Um, So I really was excited to have you on because coming into obviously next week, we're going to give the Mangia Nation a 2 week head start on New Year's resolutions. Now, the past 2 years, I've done New Year's revolutions. It seems that people always set themselves up for failure in this one, don't they? They have this big, grandiose plan of what they're going to do, this Everest of a mountain that they're going to climb, and then week two into the new year, they're like, "Well, I can't. What was I thinking about? I can't climb Mount Everest. What, was I crazy?" I've concentrated the past couple of years on forgetting about trying to stop doing anything and just add healthier choices in, thereby kind of nudging the bad ones out. If it's a zero sum game and you make more good decisions, then the shitty decisions have to go away a little bit. Share with us a couple of your thoughts on New Year's resolutions. I can't even say it anymore. New Year's resolutions and setting yourself up for being successful on whatever you want to do in the new year.
Right. It's it doesn't have to be a drastic change from your current lifestyle. It doesn't have to be, I think sometimes people might feel like they have to change everything, and that's just not going to work. What I always do is start with, I actually have people tell me what their current schedule is, what do they really love, and they can still have all of that stuff, and it's figuring out some tricks to be able to have it all, but maybe just not every day.
Right.
And if you know that you can create a structure that maybe you have to follow, you have to be very, very strict about it for a couple of days, and then you can have some free days where you can do what you want, and it's kind of like a reward system. So it works great for a lot of people to just kind of, you can still do exactly what you're doing, maybe not 24/7. Maybe
Right.
you can do it a part of the time. And what's really incredible is when you do kind of have a structure for yourself that's working, you can drop weight really fast and you can start to feel incredibly energized. And that kind of gets addicting, to have that fantastic feeling. But then you can still have, whatever it is that you find comforting, that you really enjoy, that you love certain restaurants for socializing. You can still have all of that, maybe not 24/7, but then you start to really love that feeling of, just feeling, a lot of energy and clear headed and sleeping really well, and everything seems to kind of drive, and it doesn't have to be a grind. It's kind of something that it's very rewarding to just kind of incorporate, you know, a few days here and there where you're just adhering to a structure that you create that works for you specifically, not something that you're trying to do that other people are doing. It's something that you really enjoy.
Right. All right. That's fantastic. What do you think is the so I assume then that you think going at this incrementally with small steps is a better path to success.
Well, I don't know. I mean, like I said, it's different for everybody. Honestly, for me, 20 years ago, I just started doing something that was very, not recommended. I just started to kind of bank calories. I would have certain days where I would just kind of, really exist on not a whole lot, some very nutrient dense
Right.
foods that they fill you up, but food was not my focus. I just kind of, had a lot going on. And, it's so motivating how quickly you can start to trim down. And then you can have your days where you can, have whatever you want, whenever you want, no, you don't have to work out as much. And now they're kind of talking about it more and more, how
Right.
it's actually the best way to
Right.
kind of restrict your calories a little bit. I mean, it's really amazing like how quickly you're so motivated when you feel the weight falling off so quickly and you feel fantastic, and then you can still have your days when you don't have to feel restricted at all, and then you kind of can't wait to get back on a really clean, doing cardio and feeling really energized, and the weight drops off quickly, and then you can go back to, it's kind of,
Right.
a few days of this, a couple days of that, and it happens fast, and it's really motivating. It doesn't have to be like, one half a pound a week or something like that, because that's, it just can feel like a never ending, you're
Right.
not feeling any different, you're not, and then you can save, all the stuff that you love, you save it for,
Sunday
a
dinner.
couple days down the road.
You save it for Sunday dinner, right?
Yeah, or even more than, it doesn't even have to be just one day a week. It can be, a few days of, super focused, and then a free day. You save it for days when you want to be out socializing, and
Right.
then you honestly don't even feel like you're that restricted. So that's like a permanent lifestyle, and you can do it forever. And it's not something that you start and stop. You can just, you can maintain that. For most people that I work with are able to maintain it for forever, years
Right.
and years.
All right. So how do people find you for your expertise in guiding them to a healthier and happier lifestyle?
Well, I usually have a waiting list, so I've never really done a website, but I just have an email address. It's just Happy Active You, just those three words, Happy Active You, all one word, at Gmail.
All right.
And I guess through LinkedIn, or and
Right.
I basically just have people tell me their story, and we figure out what works for them.
Right. All right. Well, Anna, thank you so much for stopping by for a little bit. I will share this edited version on the LinkedIn, so you can share it with the. Say it again.
Happy Active You.
Happyactiveyou at gmail.com. The Happy Active You Nation that Anna Sisto is creating by her beautiful touch, her words, and her empowering ideas. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you, Robert.
You have a great holiday season. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year
Merry
to you and
Christmas.
all of the Sistos.
Thanks.
All righty. Bye
Bye.
bye. The technology was a layup, a complete layup. All right. So, Anna Sisto, a health and wellness coach, and what I wanted to continue on with the rest of this vamp briefly um, is to talk about those things that I've been exposed to over the year, people that I've been exposed to, people that have the most impactful content as far as I'm concerned, from what I've seen, um, and take it from there. The first thing I think you got to do if health and wellness is on your agenda for 2017, um, one of the biggest things that you can do is you need to take an inventory, man. You need to map out exactly an inventory of your health, of your relationships, of your work, and all of those things, and see, maybe have some goals on where you want to be. Um, and then I read this book this year called The Slight Edge, and it really goes towards small changes compounding over time and how impactful they are in everything in your life. So I highly recommend that book, The Slight Edge. And it's pretty easy to find small changes that you can make. And when you start making small changes day in and day out on certain things, health related, relationship related, and work related relationships there, or the work that you're doing, you're going to find great success by the end of the year. All right, it's just going to happen. Um, some of the people that I've been exposed to this year, and some going further back than this year. First guy that jumps to mind is this gentleman named Peter Sage. Check him out online. He's got a lot of excellent free content. He's an entrepreneur coach now. He does seminars for coaching, but I love the way he brings uh, the personal story toward entrepreneurship. In other words, how you got to figure out on an emotional level why you're even doing the business that you're doing. And I think that goes towards a lot of other things that you're going to be able to figure out when you start from that base. Another guy that's killing it is his name is Brian Rose. He's got a podcast called The London Reel. Um, Always has great guests. Uh, you can just go onto his website and watch some of his previous guests. He's a long-term format interviewer. And the thing about this, I've heard this time in and time again when I expose people to some of these people, him and Joe Rogan, for instance. They're like, well, the interview is an hour and a half. I don't have an hour and a half. So you don't have to watch the whole thing in one sitting. You know, find the interesting interviewers, Wim Hof, Dan Pena, some of these people, and you pick and choose what you listen to. Another person I was exposed to this year was Dr. Tom O'Brien and his series Betrayal about autoimmune disease. Highly recommend that information. Um, the other thing you can do for the new year is, there's programs. So there are these mentorship programs, and all of them will tell you that building a community and having an accountability partner are two of the most important things for your success. Really helps if you have somebody taking the path with you that can pick you up when you stumble. You can do the same for them. Accountability partners are super, super helpful. Going into 2017, if you have goals that you want to reach, bring somebody along for the ride or find somebody that's got similar goals and help each other out with it, man. It's a super powerful way to do it. A couple of the other things. So right now I'm in a program called the Flow Genome Project. Um, and it's just been awesome. Daily type of exercises. There's a whole program. It's a 6-week program. You can check that out. The Flow Genome Project. Um, One other person I want to mention is Dave Asprey. He does Bulletproof Coffee. I just got an email today from them, and because they have a ton of great information too, in blog form or in video form from his interviews. And they had a really cool interview or email today that kind of categorizes um, their content. So if you're looking for weight loss, or if you're looking for, athletic endurance or peak performance, you kind of log into just those episodes, and it helps quantify and weed out, because there's an incredible amount of information on the interweb. All right, for you to be the better self than you are in 2017 than you are now. All right, you're pretty cool now, all right, but 2017, I mean, the sky's the limit. All right, that's what I got. We're just cooking up ideas today. Thank you so much for Anna Sisto for stopping by. You guys do yourself a favor and cook somebody a meal, all right? Please help our charity, our not charity, help our sponsors. Stellar Angel's one of them. Go to them, and your purchase of wine, you get to pick a charity. That's where I was ahead of myself. You get to pick a charity, and part of that proceed of that wine purchase goes to the charity of your choosing of their charity partners. AE3 Studios, if you need web design work, you got to check these people out in Chicago. They're killer. Chicago Helicopter Experience for the experiential stocking stuffer that you're going to get. Go on to Chicago Helicopter Experience and get somebody a helicopter tour of the great city of Chicago. A little cold though, I'm told. Remember, at Cellar Angels, use Mangia wine, and the shipping is on them. 1 bottle to a case. And Chicago Helicopter Experience, mention Mangia and get $10 off your heli tour. Listen, Christmas is right around the corner, and I'm sticking to it. That we had a great exchange with Ace Hardware in the Twittersphere. Christmas Eve shopping starts at 4:30 at Ace Hardware. All right, you can still do it. Plenty of time to Christmas shop. That's all I got tonight. You guys have a great week. Merry Christmas. We'll see you on Boxing Day, and we'll check out some new technology. Till then, Andrew, cook in, dine out. Hold on, hold on. There we go. I fell into a burning ring of fire. Went down, 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 and the flames they went higher. And it burns, 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 the ring of fire.